Hey, good morning. Hey, listen, it's Leadership Month. Laura Mendez. Hola, Laura Mendez. Laura. Hey, my name is Sean Murphy. I'm your international speaker trainer, five-time number one best-selling author. I've spent 30 plus years, almost 40 years in the personal, creative, and the human potential world. And I get to spend some time with you this morning. So, just finished an incredible event, had people from all over the world at this past weekend, and it was a leadership event of potential. And so that's what I want to talk to you about today. What is your potential? And here's the big thing that slows most people down. This month of December is all about leadership. And this morning's conversation is about anticipatory leadership. See, I want to talk to you about this idea, this concept of functional success, these methods and methodologies that need to be put in place in such a way. It's a recipe. It's called a recipe of success. Functional, meaning that it works, and meaning that you can function within the paradigm of what it takes to become the leader inside of you. So today's conversation is called anticipatory leadership. Are we struggling with leadership because we are anticipating what we're about to do? See, that's the biggest challenge most people have when they talk about leadership, is the fact that they have to anticipate the needs of others. They have to anticipate the pain of others. They have to anticipate the joy of others. And they have to be somewhere. They've got to be, there's this belief that's not true, that they have to be ready to deal and handle all of that. Last time I checked, my world ends at my capacity, my capability, my own universe. Now, I'm in your world, but I'm not part of your world. You are all of your world. I am this thing that floats through and throws some ideas out, and in half an hour, I'm gone, and you're still in your world. Same thing happens when we want to bring people on. I was taught a very long time ago by Bill Gove, the father of public speaking, who said, be responsible to them, not for them. So I'm going to do my best. And if you're okay with hearing some ums and ahs, this isn't a recorded conversation. You may be watching the recording, but you're going to hear me have some ums and some ahs and some likes and some confusion and some stutters. And if you're okay with that, then we'll get started. So here's my question for you. What are you anticipating today? What is your, not expectation, what are you anticipating today? Are you anticipating that life is going to be a little bit more of a struggle for you? Not intentions, anticipating. How many of you, if you've ever had friends that you play with, anybody's ever held a rubber band pointed at you? See, I can hold up a rubber band, but when you take that and you put that rubber band and you start to pull it back and you put that potential into the rubber band, you accentuate its potential, you store kinetic energy in it, and it's going to be released, aimed at your head. Don't you just start to squint? Aren't you starting to? Those aren't mirror neurons. That's anticipation of pain. And our eyes start to do this stuff, and we start to squint because it's a self-preservation mechanism. It's a simple rubber band, even if it's a little one. The bigger the rubber band, the bigger the squinting. Does that make sense? So here's my question for you. What makes you squint when you have to lead? What makes you hesitate? What makes you pull back when you're put into a leadership role? Your ability, your capacity, your capability. You're more than capable. I'm not asking you to lead the 82nd Airborne into a battle. I'm not asking you to go run the CERN Hadron Collider. I'm asking you to lead you. I'm asking you to lead your family. I'm asking you to take responsibility, your ability to respond for all things in your life. Well, now, Sean, wait a minute. I just heard you say take responsibility for everything in my life. I can't control the government. I didn't say you were going to control the government. Pay attention, Skippy. Listen, I said take responsibility for everything in your life, your ability to respond. See, when you become this leader that you're telling everybody you're going to become, when you stand up and you say, I'm going that way, the reason most people can't go that way is because the second they go, I'm going that way, everybody goes, well, that's stupid. And you go, well, yeah, you're probably right. I'll just turn around and go this way. 2023 is here. 2020 might have been fascinating. 2021 could have been extraordinary, and 2022 gave you certain results. Let me ask you this about anticipatory leadership. What are you going to have to lead in 2023? What are you going to have to stand on in 2023? What are you going to have to stand in 2023? Is it going to be easier than 2022? Do you want the same result in 2023 that you got this year? Just asking. Because there comes a moment where you're going to have to lead. And if you're looking to create any kind of income, you're going to have to lead people. Everybody has access to every kind of product on the planet. Everybody has access to every kind of information on the planet. It's called the internet. What they do with it, it's their responsibility. It's their capability. It's their capacity. The only thing you're going to get paid for is to show them how to do things they didn't know they could do before. That's the definition of a mentor. You can listen, you can barely finish a Google search without some kind of coach being involved, some kind of trainer, some kind of program, some kind of whatever. Are you becoming a leader that can take on responsibility and not get lost? What are you saying, Sean? I'm saying that in today, right now, in this moment, December 6th, is it? Oh my gosh. December 6th, 2022. Are you willing to take on a leadership role? Are you willing to step into the driver's seat and turn the key and say, I'm going this way? The challenge is with all of the people that are currently hanging around you, if you are fearful, if there's a knot in your stomach, and that, by the way, is called neuroencoding. If you think about you're going off on your journey, you're going to do the hero's journey, the Joseph Campbell's hero's journey, and you're going to go from the ordinary to the extraordinary, and you're ready to take that step. Do you realize very few people around you are ready for the extraordinary? Birds of a feather flock together, and people who are in pain usually hang out with people who are in pain. What does it mean for you to become a leader? See, we give it other names. We give it names like parent. That's a leadership role. Volunteer of the month. That's a leadership role. Carpool driver. That's a leadership role. Classroom mom. That's a leadership role. Dad for Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. That's a leadership role. Is that the leadership role that you're being compensated for? What role could you step into today that's going to pay you more? I didn't say it was money, right? One of my divisions is mental profits. Your thoughts create your income. Has little to do with money, although that's the thing that everybody focuses on. Let me ask you, how's your balance statement? Most people instantly go to their bank account. I'm talking about your balance statement. Now, I understand, and maybe I'll be the first one to tell you this. Your search for balance is futile. It's the craziest, silliest, non-beneficial thing you could do is search for balance. What are you talking about? So if you're going to go, we're going to go, so 2023, we're going to go create, I don't know, 5-figure incomes a month, 6-figure incomes a month. Don't you think your family wheel, your family wedge of that pie of your life might be a little out of balance? If you're going to go after creating a business and creating a business model and putting things in place, or maybe you're going to go work on relationships. Don't you think maybe possibly your society model, you're not going to be spending so much time out in society if you're working on relationships and building things. You're going to go build a house together. You're going to be pretty much focused on building the house. You're not going to have a whole lot of time to go out and party if you've got to put in the basement. You got to put in the foyer. You got to help find the bricks for the fireplace. It's all about anticipatory leadership. What are you anticipating what leadership really looks like? That's the biggest challenge. Most people think leadership is going to be hard. Here's the thing right now, today, in this society, in this moment, with all of the things and the chaos that's happened, to lead really doesn't take a whole lot to get out there and lead. The question, the challenge that makes my prefrontal cortex itch like crazy is most people can't take more than 3 steps in their leadership role. I'm going this way. Anybody coming? Anybody going to follow me? So now the question becomes, what do you need to learn? What is it that listen, nobody's coming to rescue. Mel Robbins says it. Nobody's coming to rescue you. You're going to be a party of one. Leadership party of one. We have a table party of one. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to sit at the leadership table of one. It's why we're stuck where we're stuck as a society. Well, everybody else has control. Says who? Says everybody else. Your world is this world called you. What are you anticipating that is so difficult to take care of you? Are you really that much of a problem child? Are you really that unleadable? I don't know if that's a word. Are you really that unleadable? Are you really not willing to do what's necessary? Come on. Come on. It's me you're talking to. You and I are having a conversation right now, and you are worthy of being led by you. Here's the hard part. Here's the scary part. Here's the frustrating part. When you decide that you finally are going to lead you and you're going to be responsible to you, for you, and because of you, and you're going to make the steps necessary to step out and to step up and to step into your own personal leadership role, you're going to get pissed real quick. John, what are you talking about? You're going to get pissed real quick when you decide to lead yourself. Not pissed at yourself. Well, maybe a little bit. You'll get frustrated with yourself, but you are going to get so absolutely raging mad about how you've been allowing others to lead you to misery. Listen, how's your level of comfort going right now? How's your level of self-satisfaction feeling right now? How's your level of finance right now? You have let somebody lead you to this point. Here's how I know. Listen, it's Monday morning. It's not Monday morning. It's Tuesday morning. This is a conversation of really aggravation and agitation. I get it. I'm not afraid to have it with you. Why? Because I'm responsible to you, not for you. So here we go. Where you currently are is because somebody led you there. Oh, I want more and I desire more and I hope for more and I'm going to do more and I have all of the programs and the philosophies and the trainings and this, but I'm not going to use them because I'm being led. When you wake up and start leading yourself, you're going to find a whole bunch of crap in your life that you've not You never wanted to be led there. You've been led there. You've been decided to follow somebody there because you thought there was community. You thought there was creation. You thought there was, and listen, and maybe it's my community that, hey, today might be the last day we ever have a conversation. But I can tell you this, when you decide that you're worthy and you're worth it and you're understanding of it and you're going to move it, here's a couple of things that'll happen. Here's a process that I've seen over the last 30 years that's pretty typical. When you finally decide to stand up and lead yourself, when you finally decide to say, today's the day I draw the line in the sand, you will start to work on you. And that's where the problem comes in. That's why so many people are okay with being led, is that as soon as you decide I'm going to lead, all of these things come up from your past and your history and the traumas and the bad relationships and the abuse and the this and the that and the lack and the how your parents raised you and all of this stuff. And you're deciding, you go, shit, that ain't worth it. I don't know how to deal with any of that. So I'll just go back to being led instead of being a leader. This making sense? Do you know somebody who falls into this category? Drop a 1 in the chat if this makes sense. So now I'm going to lead, I'm going to draw a line in the sand. First thing that happens is you get a knot in your stomach. Why? The knot in your stomach is connected to the vagus nerve, to your brain and to your subconscious. And your subconscious has all of these stories that says you're full of crap and you can't do it. And then you get a knot in your stomach and your shoulder starts to hurt. And all of a sudden there's this major distraction that happens in your life. And this major distraction that happens in your life keeps you from even taking the first step on your leadership path. And you go, okay, I'll get to it tomorrow. And these are designed distractions to keep you from leading. Well, it can't be that. It's just that it's an unexpected. How many of you have had unexpected things? Drop an E in the chat. I think that's how you spell unexpected. No, that'd be with an N, a U. Drop an E for expected. Drop an E in the chat if you've had unexpected things happen as you start to move towards your leadership. You ready for this? You ready for this? Those were designed by you. Wait, what? Law of attraction, baby. Law of attraction happens with shit and happens with success. Same thing. The universe doesn't call it bad. The universe doesn't call it a challenge. The universe doesn't call it. It just says, what do you want? Your wish. What's it say in The Secret? Your wish is my command. So you decide today, I'm going to decide. I'm going to move forward and I'm going to have something and, screw that and F this and forget that. And I'm damn the torpedoes today. Screw it. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something for me. And you take the first step and the bear trap closes on your spirit. Whack. Why? Because the building inside of you, the belief inside of you, is about as sturdy as a blade of grass. You've gone to seminars, you've gone to workshops, and you said, I've written out my goal. I wrote out my goals one time back in 2021. I do kind of like my blessings, sort of, maybe on a daily basis. I've changed my entire people I hang around with. Well, not really. They've grown and we've grown. We've all grown together. You've grown together in misery and bullshit and everything else. The reason that your anticipatory leadership is crushing you right now is because you're afraid of what other people are going to say. It's called addiction to approval. And if it's not what other people around you are going to say, it's what your parents were going to say, or your ex is going to say, that you were no good and you're trying to prove them wrong and you're proving them right every day. What the hell's the problem with that? There's something wrong with that. You know it. So if you're ready to change that, then we need to have a conversation. Let me pay attention. If you're still with me, and you want to know a way out of this misery and this pain and this gut wrenching, listen, there's people who say, I don't know how you survive every day. Oh my gosh, the things you've been through. Drop an S in the chat if anybody's ever repeated back your story to you. Oh my gosh, you've been through so much. Anybody ever tell you that? Oh my gosh, I can't believe you have so much. You're so strong. I don't know how you get through it. You're incredible. You're an inspiration to me. You ever have anybody tell you you're an inspiration for being an ass to your own dreams? Listen, I love you. Very few people are going to have this conversation with you. but you're getting this strength, you're getting this power from people saying your life is miserable and I don't know how you make through it. You're an inspiration to live in the misery and the shit that you live in. And you're confused enough to say that that's good? So how do we fix that? First of all, take a big breath, because right now I've got you so neurally encoded. I've got triggers and you're feeling pains from when you were a child. That's how strong this attack is on your story. You ready to change it? Start to move your body, move your shoulders. Move your shoulder, drop your shoulders from up around your ears. Just drop them down. Did your shoulders drop down some? Put your tongue on the bottom of the roof, bottom of your mouth. Just consciously put the tongue on the bottom of your mouth. Right? I want you to think of holding a warm beverage. Maybe it's a warm hot cocoa. Maybe it's a warm cup of coffee. I want you to think about maybe you might be in bed. I want you to take the covers off. I want you to feel the cool air. Right? It's really cold. You might be in a place where it's really cold, and then put the covers back on. I want you to feel that warmth. I want you to feel warm running through your body right now. Maybe I want you to imagine taking a warm, hot shower. Feel your nervous system, feel your parasympathetic nervous system, feel your sympathetic nervous system starting to calm down. So what do I do, Sean? What do I do? Where do I start? Put your hand on your heart. Say, and I love that. Whatever it is, whatever feeling you're doing, whatever emotion, whatever stress, whatever it is, just consciously say out loud, say, and I love that. Feel your entire body. Feel the strain, feel the stress, feel the anguish, feel the anger, feel the angst, feel the anguish, feel the pain, some of you might be crying right now. Just literally say this out loud, because you need to bring love into your life. You need to bring love into your life through you, for you, because of you, and say, and I love that. See, the challenge is that nobody's given you permission. Very few people maybe have given you permission. They said, you know, you're okay. You're not broken. Fuck, you're broken. Of course you're not broken. Why the hell does anybody have to tell you you're broken? You're standing here on your own 2 feet. You're up alive. You're still upright. You're not broken. I don't know why people even say those words. You're not broken. What the word, this conscious mind, the subconscious mind doesn't even hear the you're not. All it hears is you're broken. And for years, people have been telling you you're not broken, you're strong, and you hear you're weak and you're broken. Put your hand on your heart and say, and I love that. This is a rewire that's happening right now. There's a part of you that's going, this is stupid. That's the subconscious. How many of you are saying this is stupid? Drop an S in the chat. Put your hand on your heart after you type the S in the chat and say, and I love that. Put a smile on your face. But Sean, I've been abused, and I love that. Because the you that's right now isn't being abused. I may be mentally boxing you in and around your ears. The you that's right now standing in front of me isn't being abused. Well, Sean, I've been lied to. Not by me, not right now. You're not being lied in this moment. See, you're attaching this present moment to a past, which takes you out of the present moment. You're creating a predictable future. And see, when I have you put your hand on your heart and say, and I love that, it changes everything. Your brain goes, that's the stupidest thing ever. This is crazy. This is ridiculous. And I love that. See, when you can fall in love with a nanosecond of your life changes. You give it 2 nanoseconds, you give it a whole second. And I love that. It's the secret to get out of pain. Love it. As soon as you love it, it vaporizes. It has no more strength. How many of you are parents and your kid said, I'm leaving, I hate you, and I'm leaving, and I'm going to pack a bag, and I'm headed out of town, and they pack a bag, and they put their stuffed animal in it, and they take a bag of pretzels. Do you have enough to eat? Because you really want them to leave. Do you have enough to eat? Yeah, I got enough. Where are you going? I don't know. And you watch them walk out the door. They're mad as a hornet, and I love that. Greatest stories ever. Is your little attitude wanting to pack up and leave the house and said, this is bullshit. And your little old story of your abuse, of your tragedy, of your bad relationship. And they're standing there and they're screaming at your ankles going, but you have to pay attention to me. And I love that. Listen, I don't know about you. I don't know what world you live in. But if you live in the same world I do, called Earth, you got shit to do today. You have people to serve. You got bills to pay. You got stuff to do today. Nobody's got time for this waiting on somebody else to lead you. I'm sorry. It ain't going to get any easier. And if you have responsibilities, you got to get stuff done. You're going to have to become whether a reluctant leader. And this anticipation, I can promise you, it's not as bad as you think it is. This story that you've made up, the reason people have made you feel that leadership is so difficult, leadership is such a challenge, is because they're barely leading themselves. And as long as they have you as a follower and they can lead you as a follower, they can count on you to do shit for them that they should be doing for themselves. I'm not saying that's network marketing. I love network marketing. I am the number one fan of network marketing. But too many people think they're a leader when they sponsor somebody. They think they become a manager. Why do we always hear in network marketing, you got to get out of management role? Because that's people's biggest desire, is to be in management. Are you freaking kidding me? Go get a job. Go get a job. At least there they have to show up, because most people won't quit. There's plenty of jobs to go have today. Why don't you take the job of being a good leader for your family? Why don't you take the job of being a good leader for yourself? Why don't you take the job of being a good leader of keeping your promises? Well, that's painful. That's just you being an ass, Sean. Okay, well then, well, hey, how are you? My name's Sean Ass Murphy. It's not what's coming economically, what's coming emotionally, what's coming with them, whoever them are, they are wanting to control and have influence and wanting us to stop this expansion of love and joy that's possible. Come on. You're being lied to. I don't know who's lying to you, but I can promise you, you're lying to yourself on your capabilities and your capacity. You can do so much more. And here's the thing. It's not about, listen carefully, Waddle said this, it's not about doing certain things. You're already doing the things. Stop looking for the new things. It's about doing things in a certain way. And when that happens, and when you get over the ego of doing things, of titles, come on. You want to have a word? You want to have a war of words with me? Come on. You want to have a conversation about the brain? Come on. You want to have a conversation about self-doubt and self-talk? Come on. It won't be a long conversation, because the battle that you're about to enter into, if you're entering in it with me, is going to be crushed with love, period. I can't teach you a damn thing. I can't teach you a damn thing. All I can do is bring awareness to you that you go, I want more of that. Joseph McClendon III says we have to encourage people to do by example the things we're doing, for people to say, I want some of that. I want some of that. And ladies, it sucks if you've got curves that the ignorance of man and or woman, but the ignorance is go, I want some of that. I'm sorry that your beauty is so breathtaking. I'm serious about that. We need to rewire it so that that's not the focus that they hear. Listen to me on this. This is a huge thing that I work with women who are afraid to put themselves out there because the ignorance of humans only sees your curve and they don't see your brain. They don't hear your words. So we can literally, I help people rewire that so that, because subconsciously you're stepping out into a social media environment, a post, a conversation, a live, a reel, a TikTok. And because you know they're going to see your amazing, beautiful sculpture that's called you, you decide, well, then I guess if that's all they see, then I'll flaunt that and maybe they'll hear some words. We can change your vibratory state so that all they hear are your words. It's science. It's not mythological that we can change your voice to be the thing they hear, the thing they see, the dreams that they create versus the way you look. It's science. It's literally science. The challenge is that somebody who's been limited in their capacity has told you to use that to your advantage. And you know what? It's easy. That's the easy way. But it also gets you easy money that doesn't last. I don't think any of you are wanting to make easy money. You're wanting to make lasting money. And that's what I'm going to teach you. MLM, making lasting money. So my question is are you ready? Are you ready to have more of what you want and less of what you don't? Are you ready to absolutely do more, have more by focusing on one thing? Have more by doing so much less. That's what this idea of dangerous consciousness is all about. So, what are you anticipating that leadership really is? Ask somebody who's leading in that area and see if there's really the things you're anticipating. I can promise you most of them, 98% of it's a made-up story. So that being said, I am your head brain training, certified brain trainer, certified mental toughness coach, certified self-talk coach, certified neuroencoding coach, certified hypnotherapist. It's the perfect storm for your success. I'm loving it. I appreciate y'all. I love you tons. I'll see y'all where? I'll see you at the next event. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the private messages. And for those of you that are wanting to have access to some pretty cool stuff, go to SeanJMurphy.com, get on the email list. Yeah, I said email list. And I'll see you there. Till then, bye for now, everybody. YouTube, love you tons. Appreciate you. Have an incredible, amazing day. I'm going to go have a little short conversation with the VIP group, and I'll see y'all where? I'll see you at the next event.